Alright, now it is time to learn about clauses. Now, you guys have learned about phrases before. A phrase is a group of words that does some particular thing. A clause is also going to be a group of words. And it is going to have particular roles. It's going to do stuff, right? You're going to have a main clause, and that's the bulk of your sentence. And then you are going to have some modifying clauses, so get ready. It's going to be awesome. For now, though, we want to differentiate what is it that a clause is that a phrase is not, right? So we're going to separate out those two, phrase versus clause. And a clause must contain a subject and a verb. So there has to be a verb, and then there has to be a subject doing that verb. In phrases, you will remember, like all of your prepositional phrases did not have verbs, and that was what made them phrases instead of clauses. So, a clause must contain a subject and a verb. Let's test it out. Something basic like this: Fred ate food. Well, now is the time to put everything we know to the test. So, Fred ate food. Okay, that has a direct object. Does it have to have a direct object? And, well, we also know about adjectives and adverbs. What happens if there's an adjective or adverb? So let's try some stuff out. Fred quickly ate the tasty food. So we added in over here, we've got quickly ate, that's going to be an adverb. Tasty food, that's an adjective. And this one is still a clause. Why? Because it has a subject and a verb. So we're good. What about this one? The man with the hat ran a mile. With the hat, and you guys know, is a prepositional phrase. It modifies man. So that's going to be an adjective prepositional phrase. And there is over here a direct object. Does this count as a clause? Yes, because it has a subject and a verb. The rest of it doesn't matter. It has a subject and a verb, and so it counts. The man ran, right? So we take out all of that other stuff. Just the man ran still counts, right? Because it has a subject and a verb. It doesn't need to have modifiers. It doesn't need to have direct objects. It can, but it doesn't need to, because it's still a clause with just a subject and a verb. I smiled. Subject, verb, boom, done. Totally a clause. The girl is smart. Okay, now we got to test out. So we have our verbs, and we have action verbs and linking verbs. Now all these other ones, right, like smiled and ran, those were all action verbs, right? But now we want to check out linking verbs. Does this also count? Well, it has a subject and it has a verb. And the subject is doing that verb. The subject is. The girl is, right? So this counts. It's a clause. Now, what about this? What about just girl? Well, that doesn't count. There's a subject, perhaps, there's a noun, but there is no verb, so it doesn't work. What about just win? Win doesn't work either, because there's a verb with no subject, right? So those are the limits of this clause thing. And what about something like this? The winner's trophy on my shelf. Now you can see from the color coding here, trophy, that's a noun. Winners, right? It's like a winner's type of trophy. That's the type of trophy that it is. That's an adjective. My shelf, my is an adjective for shelf, which is a noun. On, you guys know, is a preposition. And it turns out there's no verb in here anywhere. So, if there's no verb, there's no clause. This is what we call a fragment. These are all fragments, right? Win, fragment, girl, fragment. It's not an actual sentence. It's not a clause. We call it a fragment. So, using this lovely information, let's crush it.